Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Hearthstone. Today we'll be taking a look at some gameplay with the Armor Up Warrior deck. We're playing against a Druid, and believe it or not, I actually like this hand. I'll tell you why. I normally would not keep 2 Shield Slams, and I would not keep a Tinkmaster early on. Tinkmaster is used for late game. The thing is though, against a Druid, with all the ramp possibilities, we can deal with some pretty huge threats very early on, and that's exactly the sort of thing that Tinkmaster is good up against, those huge threats. Also, because we're playing against a Druid, and I expect either a mid or late game deck, a lot of times I can get up a ton of armor, making Shield Slam that much more effective. So here's a Nat Haggle, which makes me very sad, actually. Try to think about how I want to do this. I really don't want to drop and execute on that guy, but we might have to. So we could just armor up, right? And then next turn we armor up for 2, but he's likely to attack into me, so then that would only be a Shield Slam for 3, which isn't enough. So I might actually have to execute, so that means I think I want to throw a creature down right now. And I think that creature of choice is going to be a Frothing Berserker. Okay, there we go. So it's a Frothing Berserker. We're going into a Frothing Berserker because frankly we need to get rid of him. We're expect to see a lot more of Nat with the upcoming Novice change. It's just Nat will be a better play a lot of times. And Nat plus Blood Mage is you know, it's just, that's how it's gonna be, I think, to be honest with you. Okay, we can save the execute and use a Shield Slam. Luckily he didn't draw a card there. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna save the execute and we'll be using a Shield Slam instead. Yeah, sounds good to me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and armor up for 2. We're gonna Shield Slam. It's gonna buff this guy up, and then we're gonna attack into it to kill him outright. Now the problem is, he's probably gonna get swiped right now. Pretty much expecting him to get swiped right now. However, getting rid of Nat, kind of had to do so. And then it's also gonna use up his swipe, which is good for us. It means he won't be using swipe on Acolyte of Pain, and we can potentially get more card draw off of it. Now the good thing is if he doesn't have a swipe right now, well then we're hitting him for 4. There's the swipe, okay. So he was reluctant to play it because it's not full value and that it's not hitting a multitude of creatures, but hey, we got him to throw his swipe away. And ooh, could play another Berserker. Gonna do it. See if we can get him to waste another swipe or even a Starfall. Why are you throwing these Berserkers down, Force? He's just gonna spot removal. That's fine, because honestly, I'd rather him use his big strong removal. Like a swipe right now is a swipe that is not going to be used in an upcoming turn against Sylvanas, or Karn Bloodhoof, or Ragnaros even. There you go. He has the second swipe, he uses the second swipe. Again, frankly, I'm okay with that. It's such a great target. It is such a great target. And right now, we are just going to go, because next turn we could have 6. So if we do 4, he's got 4 and then 2 more. We could do it that way. We could also do this and an armor up this turn. And then next turn we'll have 4. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna just Acolyte of Pain right now and then armor up. I want to use this early game while there's no... I'm not in a hurry to rush him down. That's not the focus of this deck. I much rather, in many cases, sort of get that overhealing going and make him force plays on his hand. Like, let's see now if he wraths this for 3. It's gonna claw and then shapeshift into it. Okay, so still gonna get that 1 hit, but again, that was gonna happen anyways. Unless we waited till turn 7 to do it with the Defender of Argus, which isn't necessarily something that we were looking to do. So at this point, we are just going to Weaponsmith and armor up, and we'll continue to play the slow game. I'm not going to attack him. I want to save this in case he throws down. Well, we're expecting things eventually. Keeper of the Grove, a big old taunt, Druid of the Claw, or this guy. Sort of thing we have execute for, and I think that's the sort of thing we will use execute on. So my question now is, do I take some damage to the face, or do I throw away my creature? I think I'd rather take some damage to the face. I don't want a whirlwind. I don't want a shield slam on him. Gonna take some damage to the face. Okay. Throw out our execute. And then we go Defender of Argus.
My shield for
And armor up. Now, with that armor up, we've got 2. If he plays a, let's say he plays a Druid of the Claw taunt right now, next turn we can shield block, shield slam it. Great synergy right there with shield block and shield slam. And the big late game threats, the Ysera, the Ragnaros, the Ysera, the Ragnaros, those are the things that we're gonna be using Tankmaster for. Those are the things that Tankmaster is best suited for. And now we've got 7 damage in play. He's already used both his swipes, so we know he can't do that. He can Starfall a single target, or Starfall across the board. There's a Druid of the Claw, and you know the answer for that, because we just talked about it. And that's the answer we're gonna use for that. We're gonna keep our big dude in play. As much as I really want to play that right now. Yeah, that's not worth it. We're gonna go like this. Okay. And then we're gonna shield slam him. And then we're gonna throw down our second defender. Now we're sitting with that good old 5/5 in play. And we'll hold on to our weapon attack once again. So now a 5/5 and a 3/3. Almost a replica of what we were sitting with last turn. We still have our Sylvanas to potentially use. Although that's a great silence target for the opponent, so I don't know that we'll get full use out of that, unfortunately. Let's see if he plays any big threats. 2 damage? Or silence. Okay, the silence and then a taunt. So the taunt. It's an interesting turn for me, actually. It's not necessarily something I want to Tankmaster. Whirlwind could be pretty effective here because I'll be able to clear his board. Unfortunately, I end up losing everything. I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Whirlwind, draw a card. Bring that guy down to 5. I guess that's nice. Then we go like that to get rid of his creature. And we clear his board there. And now the question is, shield block or Sylvanas? Well, he just used a keeper. So I don't necessarily know that he's gonna have another keeper to use right now. So I'm gonna drop a Sylvanas. It's a deterrent from him playing big creatures. Even if he does play big creatures, we still have the Tankmaster. We've got at least another card draw coming off the Acolyte. He's obviously not going to silence this when he's got this as a silence target. But again, if he has a Ragnaros, this stops him from playing it until he silences it. Not same thing with Ysera though, because this won't die to Ysera right away. So there's a Starfall. So he uses the Starfall first, and what is he going to do with his remaining 5? He's going to Wrath, Keeper, Silence. Best bet. There it is. Alright. Fair enough. Armor Smith for some card draw coming up here. Shield block. And no, not on that. We probably want to save the slam for something else, so. Gonna gain some armor. Kill off his remaining creature. Armor up some more and end the turn. A little, sort of concerned at this point. Obviously, I'm sitting at some good health number right now, but he's got.
I have no time for games.
He's got a lot of cards in his hand, you know.
My shield for Argus.
So that is a Tankmaster target, but that also means we don't have Tankmaster for Rag. However, if this turns him into a 1/1, we've got our own Rag coming up. Alright, we're gonna do it. Kind of feel like I have to.
Strike.
So now we do have our own Rag coming up next turn. We can't play it this turn because of the Tankmaster. So hopefully he just doesn't play a Rag right now, basically. Although I'm fully expecting that he will. I am anticipating the Ragnaros unless he just hasn't drawn into it. Okay, or an Asera. Alright, so let's see here. Gonna see if we can potentially get rid of the Asera. I could go, instead of Taskmaster, I could just slam it. It's the same thing. This gets us an extra creature in play, but I don't necessarily know that we need that. Alright, I'm gonna slam for 2, right? And then attack for 2. This way, if the Rag hits Asera, great. It's a kill. Let's find out. Nope, hits him in the face. I mean, that's not terrible, but I honestly wanted him to hit Asera instead. Especially if he plays a Rag of his own right now.
I hope you like my
Novice Engineer. The question is, what did he get with his Asera? Did he get Dream, in which he can bounce Ragnaros back to my hand? There's his own Rag. So he might be killing my Rag right here, or he's hitting me in the face. This really could, if he kills my Rag, this really sucks. Okay, he hits me in the face. I'm actually more okay with that. I need to get some creatures in play, to be honest with you. I'm going to slam to bring him down to 5. That way we could attack and do that as well. Ooh, this could be a game winner. We're gonna hold on to the Taskmaster. All right. If he does not play a taunt, we have a potential game winner. Well, we need more than that, but okay, so we get rid of his Rag. That is pretty huge. The Asera in play is still terrifying, though. And if he plays a taunt, which he should still have the 5/10 taunt in his deck. There's an Asera Awakens. Please don't play a taunt. Oh, wait a second. He took the card draw! We win! We win. He took the card draw. Oh wait, no, you know what? He could still actually throw some taunts down. Oh no, please don't. Please don't do it. Okay. Ooh. Actually, no, wait, he still could. Okay, no, now he can't. I was just gonna say he could still throw taunts down, but he can't actually. And we have the win. What a close game. And I'm actually really happy with this showing. I'll tell you why. Druids are so rampant right now in the metagame, and they are going to be even more so post this upcoming patch. We're gonna see a lot more Druids because Druids are just getting stronger. So there's the concede. Obviously, we had the victory there as well. Game number 1 in the bag. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. Our next game against a mage. Don't want the Defender of Argus. Fiery War Axe is beautiful, and Shield Slam can be okay. We expect to lose a lot of. God damn it. The Defender of Argus coming back. So yeah, I'm actually super thrilled with how that first game went. Again, because there are and will be so many Druids after this patch goes through, it's good to see this deck matched up against them, because especially in the higher ranks, you can expect to play a lot of Druids. Now, I've heard people state, you know, for the average player, you probably won't see a lot of Druids because the good Druid decks are ultra expensive. Just lots of legendaries in them. And that's, you know, that makes sense, right? So this is sort of for the mid to the higher tier player in terms of ranking. You can expect to see a lot of Druids, and those will be a pain in the butt. And this deck, as you just saw, could do okay against him. We're gonna Acolyte of Pain right now because there's a good chance we can get 2 card draw off of this at least. Unless he Frostbolts it, in which case, okay, goodbye to your Frostbolt, and I still get a card draw from it. And that's pretty much your turn, so we'll have to see what he does. But beyond that, you saw me play Mage in the deck Spotlight. A big focus is obviously keeping his board clear if he's running a aggro mid-range style to Zerg me down to 10 and then Pyroblast me, and then armoring up as much as possible. So it looks like that's the type of deck we are playing against. Okay. And let's see, we have actually got, well, no, I don't think I want to execute that guy per se, but we can get rid of this guy pretty simply. And we will. We're gonna go ahead and slam this. So when the change comes through, this is not gonna happen anymore. This guy will not stay in play. Actually, I might want to execute. There aren't a lot of big creatures in this deck. And if we can prevent 6 damage, because my other, well actually no, my other response could be a Taskmaster. Obviously, you know, saving Taskmaster for this is pretty big, but given the deck that we're playing against, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. Prevent 6 damage, because my other play was gonna be to Fiery War Axe into it, so he would have attacked me for 3, and then it would have been a second 3. I want to save this for the Hellscream. That's honestly what I want to do, so. Oh boy, but that card really sucks. Okay, we're gonna go with this. And I'm not gonna attack into him. I'm actually gonna hit the mage. I'll tell you why. Because I'm anticipating he attacks this thing unless he frostbolts it, in which case I'm gonna follow up with a War Axe to that guy to finish him off. So we will end up losing a durability off of the Battle Axe, but if he doesn't kill this, I can always Taskmaster it. Not an ideal move. Again, I've got the crazy combo in my hand, but remember, as much as I'd love to hold on to this crazy combo, if there's a better play prior to that, I need to survive and sustain as long as possible against this deck that I'm playing here. So that's my primary focus. That is my primary focus, 100%. To live as long as possible. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful turn here for us. Ready? Make sure there's nothing else I want to do. We could also do that. Yeah, let's throw him in play too, because then we're going to have 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. Frothing Berserker before anything else. And then we go Shield Slam. We don't need to waste our weapon when we do it that way. I almost just wasted my weapon. In which case you guys should have and could have yelled at me. That. Frothing Berserker is even bigger. Now this is something he must deal with. He must deal with it, and we can still armor up, which is something we want to do whenever possible against a mage. Or even against a warlock. Anything that, you know, kind of Zergish or that lethal range. You play a warlock or a mage when you get sub 15 health, it's scary. So, alright, so there we go. Now he has to throw stuff at it. Get the War Axe to deal with that. And then beyond that, don't think I'm gonna do anything. Just armor up. I'm not gonna play him with nothing. I'd rather wait and then kill that. And then play this to finish off his small thing, and then play a Defender of Argus for that guy. So that's what we're gonna do, if anything. Or again, we can save it. But remember, getting this big combo for the late game isn't as important as it is sustaining and clearing his board. Good lord.
My shield.
Okay, well we absolutely have to deal with this now, so if I find a good use of the Taskmaster, it must happen. This is not good for us. I think. Really could use some card draw right now, but... Alright. Damage across the board. Do that. Pop that off. Defender of Argus. We can't let that much stay in play. We absolutely had to use him. And that's exactly the situation I was referring to. If we like having that much damage in play and having no defense against it is not good. Now, good chance we'll see a Frostbolt against this guy, and then he can just hit me for 6, but at least we'll still have the 3/6 damage in play. We'll have the 3 from here and then 3 from here to get rid of his creatures. He'll still have that 2/1 remaining after all of that, but I'm actually not too happy with the way this game is going. Specifically, have we gotten shield blocks? We might have earlier. I've played several games now at this point, so they're all starting to blend together, but I don't think we've gotten any shield blocks this game. Wait, no. No, yeah, we haven't. We haven't got any shield blocks this game, so we should be drawing into a shield block sometime soon. 2 in the deck, and we're about halfway through. And that will make a big difference. If we can get both shield blocks, it makes an even bigger difference. And the great thing about shield block is the card draw that goes with it, right? So it's not just the 5 armor, but it's also the card draw. It's the thinning out of the deck, drawing into other things to help. And an armor smith would have been nice too. We haven't had an armor smith either. About halfway through our deck, not getting a single shield block or an armor smith is actually kind of strange. Is he really trading? That is very strange for me to say. Does he get a rag? Sylvanas. That's actually a big pain in the butt too. Yeah, I think this game is going to be a loss, guys. I don't see the likelihood of us winning this.
I have no time for games.
I don't see the likelihood of us winning this game. It seems very unlikely right now. He's got 7 damage, plus a Pyroblast. Yeah, not looking good. Not looking good at all. I don't see a lot of silence in mage decks, but he could be running a polymorph, in which case goodbye Sylvanas. And if he had one, if I were him, I'd probably polymorph and then ping it off, and then hit me for 7. And then next turn, you can hit me again, plus a Pyroblast, and that's the win. I'm trying to think what additional cards we would want to run if mages are a problem. I mean, I did win that mage game, but I also, that was a very good game for me, so I don't necessarily know. So the mage game in the Spotlight deck that I won, we got some great armor smith value, and then 2 shield blocks. Like, that's, you can't rely on that, unfortunately. Although this deck does have good consistency, it's not perfect, so. Alright, so let's see. Maybe he's trying to, maybe he's gonna try to pop my Sylvanas now, but he should be going for my face. I'm even surprised that he traded last turn, to be honest with you. I'm also surprised that he's taking this long. Let's see what he does.
My shield for Argus.
Defender of Argus? Okay. So that way, alright, so that's a really good play. Yeah, he's got the game. There's no way. I can't win this at all. I don't have brawls in the deck, so maybe that's something that would help, running a brawl. I don't see possibly winning this. I'm gonna... Wish that was an enemy minion. Alright, there is something I can do. Ready?
Taste my blade.
Go like this. Go like this. Again, we're still dead to Pyroblast, but I guess this is something. Oh yeah. Well, we took it back, which is good, but yeah, that I was like, wait a second, there's something wrong with what I'm about to do. It doesn't matter though, this game's over. Here's a Pyroblast plus an attack. Unless he's like not running Pyroblast, which would be insane. Yeah, there it is. All right, well, game number 2 doesn't end up being a win. But again, overall, this has still been a very effective deck, and I suggest you guys give it a look because it does very well, you know? Now, even with that loss against the mage that we just fought, I still think overall this is a very strong deck. It's going to be a good warrior deck post this patch. And yeah, it's been fairly effective for me at about a, I'd say 60 to 70% win ratio in the current metagame as it stands. Now we're gonna see that shift in the metagame with the patch, a lot less novice engineers, things like that. We're gonna see those aggro warlocks kind of probably fall off, or at least not be as prevalent because that blood imp nerf is pretty darn huge. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Some gameplay of the Armor Up Warrior deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. As always, if you like the content, please be sure to subscribe. Keep watching and keep owning.